Hello, everyone. I have an amazing guest for you today, Diana Nash. And the way how we got to know each other was really magical. It came through Clubhouse, and I connected to Diana instantly on a soul level. And it was enough for me to invite Diana to have her talk at the Magical Creators Abundance Accelerator Bootcamp. The funny part is, I don't know much about Diana professionally. I know a little bit in her private life. I have met her lovely boys. And today I wanted Diana talk about herself a little bit, reveal what we can experience during the boot camp time in October, and then we will do something really magical together. So stay till the end. Over to you, my darling.
What an honor, what a pleasure. And I just love how the universe just brings things together at the right time, right? And it is that soul connection. And it is so beautiful that when you're in alignment, you call in all this beautiful stuff. So thank you. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here. And how funny that we don't actually know an amazing amount about our businesses. So let me tell you a little bit about me. So I started off life as a singer, and for a long time, I was going to be in musical theatre, and then I was going to get a recording contract, and I went down that path. But obviously, my soul mission was not that. And so I went through different careers, but everything I did was always about helping people and healing people and using sound. And so I had a career as a youth worker, working with disadvantaged young people and their families, helping them to understand themselves, their situation, and what they could do to make a difference in their life, to really empower themselves and make a change, not just for them, but generationally, because a lot of them had been in the same cycles. Alongside that, I was also teaching singing workshops. I was teaching in a school one day a week, actually giving singing lessons. And it was just to the point where it got a bit much, because the stuff I was dealing with in the day job was so emotionally draining, because being an empath and being with these really vulnerable young people who I'd have an hour a week with, and then I'd have to leave them and not know if they'd be okay for the next week. And so I carried a lot of that. But I didn't understand about energy at that point, because I wasn't on my path. I was just so ingrained in serving everybody else, not understanding energy, my energy, and being drained. And so it got to the point where I just hit burnout, and I was coming home and I was just emotionally empty. I had nothing to give my family. And I just thought, you know what, something has to change. And me hitting that total burnout was the catalyst for change. And that's when it enabled me to leave my job. And then I found my spiritual path, and I started to research the chakras. What does that mean? What does that mean? And one day I was meditating, and I'd had a really, really sore throat. And I thought, I feel guided to hum. Didn't know why, just went along with it. So I started to hum. And then by the end of the meditation, I thought, my throat feels much better. Okay, let me look into this more. And so the universe directed me to sound healing. And being totally honest, because I was really early on in my spiritual journey, I found it really strange. When I researched it, I thought, oh no, that's not for me. But something kept pulling me back. My soul kept guiding me. Diana, this is your path. This is your path. And so I just surrendered, and I did my training. So I did my sound healing training. So I'm trained with the singing bowls, both the crystal and the Himalayan, and a full voice practitioner. And I also did my NLP training at the same time, because I've always been fascinated by people, their minds, how they work, what drives them. Still not understanding, why have I done this training as well? But then it all came together. So everything I've always done through all my jobs, my careers, me and my personal life, has guided me to here, to bring all of these pieces together, to be honoring, delivering, living my soul purpose. I was never meant to be a pop singer, in that sense. I was meant to use my voice for healing in such a different way. And so that's how my journey brought me here, to be a transformational healer, connecting with sound, spirit, and your soul.
I think it's very fascinating that you were able to distinguish that it's not your purpose to be a singer, because I think for a lot of people, knowing, okay, I have great voice, right? It's the only path for me. And if I'm not making as a singer, so my life finished.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, that was very much, I had that period of my life, and it's that next level, it's that shedding, isn't it? And it's that surrender. So for a long time I battled with, I'm meant to do this, I'm meant to do this, I have this voice, I have this gift, but the doors weren't opening, and I kept pushing. And alongside that, it was also the self-confidence, the self-esteem of being told, you're not the right look, you're not the right this. And as somebody who really struggled with their self-esteem despite being a performer, so there was a real mismatch going on, because outwardly I would get on the stage and I would perform and I would be a character, or I would perform the song and I would embody it, but underneath I would get off stage and I would think, was that good enough? Did they like me? My voice cracked a bit here, and I would tear myself apart. And really being under that scrutiny of the performing industry really didn't help me. In fact, it encouraged, not that on its own, because I had my own stuff going on, but I actually battled with bulimia for over 20 years because I was surrounded by these perfect other dancers and never quite fitted the mold, but felt I had to keep forcing myself, changing myself. And through the years, I was a real shapeshifter, trying to blend in, trying to be the version of me I thought would be the most appealing, that people would like. So really it was coming back to myself, coming back home to me, and understanding that I can still use my voice, I can still sing, but it just doesn't have to be in the way that I thought it was. And that was so freeing to actually say, no, me, my gifts, my soul, I'm going to allow them to come together in a way that is right for me, not everybody else.
So beautiful, and so much wisdom in your way, how you find your way back. And if anything else, so by listening to our talk today, take it as a reminder. If you don't feel fully fulfilled with your life, surrender, listen, and come back to you. This is, I think, a message of the video.
Yes, it's really been the one of the foundational keys for me in my journey. And I always talk about your soul is it's your sat nav. It knows who you are. It's your guidance. And that's why I always talk about connection to yourself first and foremost, and that will guide you. But we have to surrender, because the brain, the ego, gets in the way, right? It tells us things. We listen to other people, but actually our soul is our guidance system, and that will lead us home.
Excellent. Coming to the event in October, Abundance Accelerator Bootcamp, you will be talking about breathing your way into success.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk a little bit about this, please?
Absolutely. So the foundational tools that I use, so every tool that I teach in all my different programs with my one-to-one clients, they all come from tools that I have either learnt or developed myself through life, through my experience, what I needed on my journey. And so these are my foundational tools. And the first piece is really about connection to yourself, and breath is the foundation to everything. There's so much more to breathing. And when you say the word, like, I'm going to teach you how to breathe, and everyone goes, oh, that's really simple. But it's not, because so many people are not utilizing their breath. The breath is the foundation of everything. When we can utilize our breath fully, we can energize our bodies. We can listen so deeply to ourselves. We can still the mind. We can really go within. And when we're talking about connecting to home, one of the biggest thing I see with people struggling to still the mind, to find the peace, is they're not using their breath. And if you learn to use your breath, you can firstly still your mind. You can really come back to center, but you can also then really start to communicate with your entire being. There's so much more than this physical being. we're layers. There's so many layers. And using the breath, and you can see me closing my eyes as I go into the energy. When we use that breath, we can breathe into the body, but deeper than the physical body, we breathe into our soul, into our true core of our being. And from that space, we can unlock the wisdom and the intelligence that lives within. And so I'm going to teach you how to utilize that breath to come inside and to really speak to your entire being, to really communicate, so you can get a picture of what's going on, so you can find, where's my blockages right now? What's going on inside me? We're going to get that bigger picture, not just of the mind. What's going on with the busyness? What's my body doing? What's your soul, your being, the entire part of you? I'm going to teach you how to connect into that.
Oh, I can't wait. Sometimes I think that I create these events for my benefit so I can experience the magic.
And why not?
Exactly. Can you take us through a little experiential piece that we can do with you right now?
Absolutely. So what I'd love for you to do is just to make sure you're really comfy. And if you can, have your feet on the floor, because I want you to feel the groundedness of your feet on the floor, and just take a second to really settle into your body. Just allow yourself to feel your body, where it is underneath you on your seat if you're laying down. And you can close your eyes through this process if you feel guided to. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take a really beautiful breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And in through the nose and out through the mouth. And in through the nose and out through the mouth. And I want you to continue in this breathing pattern, breathing in a way that feels right for your body, breathing that beautiful breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And as you breathe in through your nose, I want to feel your body filling with such a beautiful light energy. It feels so refreshing, so revitalizing. That breath, really feel it going into your body, through all of your cells in your body, really revitalizing. And as you breathe out, feel yourself just releasing, surrendering any tension, anything that doesn't serve you. We're just going to breathe that out with the out breath. And as we breathe out with that out breath, feel also your body deepen into its relaxation. Feel it surrender more and more and more. And I want you to stay in this beautiful breathing pattern, as I'm just going to now gift some beautiful sound for the heart chakra, just to really open up this space, just so you can feel this connection that we've been talking about, the connection to your soul, the seat of who you truly are. And as we open this space for this sound, we invite the knowledge and the wisdom of the soul to step forward to give any messages that are needed today for this beautiful collective who are watching this right now. Please surround us in beautiful love and light. Hold us in your harmonies, in your sounds, in your divine wisdom, as we surrender and release into the divine heart chakra. And just feel the sound. You might feel your chest tingling as the sound just starts to connect in with the heart. And if at any time your mind starts to wander, come back and focus on your breath. support and guide us as we step onto our paths. Please shine the light and help guide the way to lead us home. And just let the sound resonate as we just take a second to just invite stillness, knowing that in the stillness we surrender, in the stillness we hear, in the stillness we truly listen and truly are connected to us, divine being of light. And if your body feels called to move, just allow the flow of your energy, knowing whatever is right for you is being guided to you. And just place your hands on your heart as we take another breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And in through the nose and out through the mouth. Knowing that in this place we just anchor this feeling, this memory, this moment in time into our heart where we have truly been still and connected to ourself and our true heart's wisdom, our pure soul self. I want you to anchor this feeling, this memory. Take note of your body, of your being, how it feels, how it's vibrating. Feel the energy flow through you, through your entire being, and know this is who you truly are. This is the state of pure connection to your soul self, your divine, beautiful self. And just feel the beautiful energy. Allow the smile to creep over your face as we bask in who we are. And what we're going to do now is I'm going to count us down from 5. And when I come back to 0, we're going to be back fully present, fully awake, with our eyes open and fully back to consciousness. So 5, wiggle your fingers and your toes. 4, take a breath in through your nose. 3, take a noisy breath out through your mouth. 2, rub your hands on your legs. Really feel that connection into your physical body. Rub your arms. 1, move your body, roll your shoulders, shake out your arms and your legs. And 0, open your eyes and come back to now.
That was magical. Thank you. And we recorded this in the morning, and I think it's such a perfect way to start my day. So thank you.
My pleasure.
And make sure that you check other speakers. We have 11 speakers over the period of 3 days. We have 4 hours each day. Sessions will be recorded and it will be in a boot camp mode. So it accelerates your abundance. And as you could experience today, it's not about money. Like, it's not about tactics, how to become rich. It's about wholesome approach, holistic approach to align yourself to your own abundance and to raise the vibration to be able to attract everything that your heart desires.
That's so beautiful. And just if I may add to that, Inga, that, you know, when I started on my journey as a spiritual businesswoman, I knew I had these gifts and I knew that I wanted to help other people. So I created the business, but I had no idea about business. And it was such a stumbling block for me. And I lost myself in so many courses and do my system and you'll earn this many figures. And I lost myself in all of these funnels and doing it that person's way, that actually I forgot what my pure magic was. And it makes me feel emotional as I talk about this, because the minute I switched off from everything else and I focused on my connection, my vibration, what I wanted to gift to the world. And yes, I had to learn the business tools too, but the game changer for me was coming back home and realizing that these are my gifts. When I focus on me, on my vibration, everything else comes. It comes naturally, easily. And that's the difference. And so that's why it's such an honor to be part of this.
Lovely. So thank you and see you in October.
See you in October.